home team or the visitor team. This is pool play games. We have 2 pool play games today. The first one kicking off in just a few minutes. The second one will be at 12:30. It's versus the Legacy. This is a 3-game guarantee tournament here in Mustang. So the Wildcats will play 2 pool play games today, and then all play will start tomorrow, which hopefully will get to happen because there is a 90% chance of rain tonight and a 100% chance of rain here in Mustang tomorrow morning. So we'll just have to see what that looks like going forward. It's not usually as big of a deal if you have turf fields, kind of like we had last week in Elk City. But when you have dirt fields, they can get flooded pretty easy. And, of course, you can't play on that. Kind of becomes a mess. So the Wildcats going to make their way out into the home plate. Go over the rules. Wildcats coming off a second-place tournament win from last week's Elk City tournament. No league plays this week. No practice this week. They played 4 games on Sunday, so that was quite a bit. Tony, are we home? Visitor? Okay. Wildcats will be the visiting team. Blue, what time do you have for start? 9 o'clock. Okay. And our pool play game 60? Okay, thank you. So, yeah, we've told Blue here we will not be mocking you. We'll just be repeating what you say. Okay, so don't think that we're heckling. We're not heckling. We're just broadcasting play by play. It's just because you might want it a little bit. Okay. So the Wildcats will be the visiting team this time. Once again, these games are pool play games, 60 minutes long. We're going to start at exactly 9 o'clock, I believe, is what they're going to say game time will be. So the Wildcats will be batting first. Lineup for the Wildcats, Hadley, Payson, Elena, followed by PJ, Kyler, KJ, Devin, Corey, Cross, Sadie, and Stella on deck for the Wildcats. So as I mentioned, the Wildcats have just had a week of rest this week after playing several games in the Elk City tournament last week and playing 4 alone just on Sunday. Came home with some new hardware, second place ring. Pretty cool ring there. Wildcats, I believe is that the 6th ring? 6th ring? 6th or 7th ring. So the Wildcats will be ready here. Hadley will start things off for us, followed by Payson, and Elena will be on deck. Pitching for the Force is going to be Layla Watson, and catching will be Avery Cahoot. Warriors for Freedom had a really cool opening ceremony here earlier today. All the girls got to go out on the field and hear some veterans' stories, sing the national anthem. God Bless America, so that was a cool moment. So we'll get ready to start here with Hadley French kicking things off for us. So Hadley will step in. Get ready. Ball 1 goes by. We have a scoreboard today, guys. A scoreboard that counts down the time and keeps the score. It's a special day when that happens. You don't need one today because I'm going to tell you what's going on. But we always appreciate it just to have backup. Hadley's going to step back in. Second pitch outside for a ball. So Hadley gets ready, steps back in. Pitch too low for a ball. So 3 balls here, the count. .30 count on the way. Too low for ball 4. And Hadley, so there is 1 strike. It's 3-1 pitch on the way here. That goes by for a ball, and Hadley's going to take a walk. That brings up Payson Mormon. Layla Watson, the pitcher for the Force. That one's called strike one. Hadley takes off for two, arrives safely on a stolen base there. Payson will step back in and get ready. No score here, top of the first. Wildcats versus the Force. Swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes here, the count to Payson Mormon. No score here, top of the first. Too low for a ball. That will advance Hadley to 3. So Layla Watson gets back in the circle. Gets ready. Pitch on the way. Foul tip back. So 1 ball, 2 strikes the count here to Payson Mormon with Hadley French on third. Outside for a ball. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. 4 strike 3 and out number 1 for the Wildcats. Here comes Elena Driscoll for the Wildcats. Hadley on third in scoring position. There's a strike from Watson. So Driscoll back in the box. Pitch on the way. That one's too low and in the dirt for a ball. French will stay there at third. Go, Wildcats, go, Wildcats, go! Too low for a ball. Gets past the catcher. French is going to go in and slide in safely for run number 1. So that puts 1 on the board for the Wildcats. 1-0 here. Wildcats versus the Force today with Driscoll in the batter's box. Swing and a miss. Pitch on the way to Driscoll. Swing and a miss for strike 3 and out number 2. Here comes Peyton Johnson, the catcher for the Wildcats. Ooh, we're starting to see a little sunshine here. The Mustang Park. First pitch is inside for a ball. What did you say this park's called? The Wild Horse? Wild Horse Park here in Mustang. Pitch called outside for a ball. PJ's going to step back in with dual braids today. Swing and a miss. Two balls, 1 strike the count here to Peyton Johnson. That one's outside for a ball. Officials today wearing pretty cool shirts here. The Warriors for Freedom tournament. All red, white, and blue. They match the Wildcats. So PJ's going to step back in. Outside for a ball. And PJ takes a walk. Here comes Kyler Taylor. Fresh off an injury last week in the Oak City tournament. She did not have her face mask on. Got hit in the eye. We were worried about her for a little bit. She went to the hospital, but looks like all's okay. Today when we asked her about it, she was like, "What's wrong? I'm good. I'm good." So glad to see Kyler back out here today. First pitch is a ball. PJ there on first for the Wildcats. 1-0. Too high for ball 2. PJ takes off to 2. Gets there in time on a stolen base. So Taylor gets ready, steps back in. There's a strike. Catcher's going to run PJ back to 2. 2 outs for the Wildcats. 1-0 with 2 balls and 1 strike here to Kyler Taylor. Pitch on the way. Far outside for a ball. PJ takes off to 3. Thrown over third base, and now PJ is going to get an opportunity to put number 2 on the board for the Wildcats. So 2-0 the score now here for the Wildcats over the Force with 2 outs. Kyler Taylor the batter. Nobody on. 2 outs for the Wildcats. First bat here. That's strike 3 or 2. I believe it's a full count now here to Taylor. That one's too high for a ball, and Kyler takes a walk. That brings up Kinsley Johnson. KJ steps into the back of the box for the Wildcats. Pitch on the way. Strike 1. Kyler takes off to 2. Pitcher throws it, not in time. So KJ looking for a base hit here. Foul tip back. Strike 2. Her grandpa said, hit it far enough so you don't have to run fast. That one gets past the catcher. That'll advance Kyler to third. So KJ steps back in, moves all the way to the back of the batter's box. Outside for a ball. Layla Watson, the pitcher for the Force. 2-2 the count here to KJ. Strike 3. But not before the Wildcats put 2 on the board. So now the Force will have an opportunity to come back and bat. Stella Malwick will be pitching for the Wildcats today. Peyton Johnson, the catcher. I know, we love it when there's a scoreboard, and we love it when the umpires verify our results, because sometimes my stat keeping is not always the best. Missed you guys last week on Sunday. I was flying to D.C. I watched it on Game Changer a little bit. I told my husband Jordan to get on the mic. All I heard was one time, Wildcats. And then you said the score, I think, one time. But I would have rather spent time with you guys. I was with a bunch of legislators in Washington, D.C., talking about the Farm Bill, policy updates, all kinds of exciting stuff for you guys, I'm sure. But was excited to hear that the Wildcats came back with some hardware from Elk City. Lineup for the Force. Kat Hemphill will start things off for the Force, followed by Millie Bishop. Pitcher, Layla Watson. and Ava Western on deck, followed by Abby Baker, Harper Morton, Sienna Lemonix, Vivi Andrews, and Avery Kohout. Sun is shining here. Says we're in a flood watch. A lot of Oklahoma's gotten quite a bit of rain in the eastern part of the state. Western Oklahoma has not gotten a drop where they really, truly need it the most. But there's some opportunities for more rain today, tonight, and also tomorrow into Monday, I believe. School's just about out. I think most of the kids have about 13 or 14 days left before summer break gets underway. So Kat Hemphill, the batter for the Force, pitch number 1 on the way from Stella, is called for a ball. So Hemphill will step back in. Get ready. Wildcats on top 2-0. Too high for a ball. Hemphill. Pitch on the way. That one's too low for ball 3. .30 pitch on the way to Kat Hemphill. Called for a ball. It'll be walk number 1 for Hemphill.
Number 99, Millie Bishop.
Well, this walk-up song makes me happy. It's a blast from the past. I always get excited when I hear walk-up songs that I actually know the song. That tells you I'm old. This is Millie Bishop. There's strike 1. PJ, throw to 2. Got her, yes! What an incredible throw by Peyton Johnson and a great catch from Kyler Taylor. So nice teamwork for the Wildcats with out number 1. So good job to PJ. Out number 1 on the board. Wildcats on top 2-0 with Millie Bishop batting. Too high for a ball there. 1-1 the count here to Bishop. Stella Malwick pitching for the Wildcats today. Foul tip back. Strike 2.
Here we go, Stella.
1-2 pitch on the way here to Bishop. There's strike 3, and Bishop goes down walking. Two outs for the Wildcats. That brings up Layla Watson, the pitcher for the Force, with 2 outs. Score 2-0. That one's called high for a ball. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. One count here to Layla Watson. Low for a ball. PJ does a good job keeping that one in front. Foul tip back for strike 2. Two the count here to Layla Watson.
Here we go, Stella. Ball.
Little high for a ball. Full count here to Layla Watson. 2 outs for the Wildcats, 2-0. Foul tip back.
Close it out. Here we go, Stella.
Strike 3. So nice pitching from Stella Malwick with her second strikeout of the day. And out number 3 for the Wildcats. Wildcats on top here 2-0. Devin will be up to bat. Did KJ strike out? Sun has come out here at Wild Horse Field, Mustang, Oklahoma. This is the Warriors for Freedom tournament. The score here. Got a few clouds on one side of the field, lots of sunshine on the other side of the field. About 70 here. Not going to get a whole lot warmer than it is right now, but it's pretty pleasant outside. Winds are from the north, but not too bad, just about 10 to 15. Wildcats on top here, 2-0. So we're talking about, they told us this morning there may be some lightning delays. They have a lightning center that's pretty close to this field. So they said if they see lightning, that will be once again a 30-minute delay, kind of like it was last week in Elk City. But so far we're good. So far we're good. They just said if we do happen to see lightning, it will be a 30-minute delay, which caused us to play really late last weekend. So hopefully no lightning delays today. Devin Poff up to bat. First one is a swing and a miss. Wildcats lead 2-0. D-Money in the batter's box for the Wildcats. That one's inside for ball one. One pitch on the way here to Devin. Ball two. We're listening to the tournament director behind us, and he's saying, listen, we're going to try to play as many games today as we can play because the forecast for tomorrow is a lot of rain. Swing and a miss for strike two. 2-2 count here to Devin Poff. No outs. Wildcats lead 2-0. Foul tip back. Hit the umpire there. So Poff battling here. 2-2 count to Devin. Ooh, she knocks that one out to left field. It's going to roll all the way to the fence. And Devin has wheels. Here comes wheels around 2. Here comes wheels around 3. So Devin's going to go ahead and make it all the way home. Home run for Devin Poff. So awesome hit from Devin. Puts one on the board for the Wildcats for a total of 3-0 here so far. If Devin can hit one to the fence, you can guarantee it's going to be a home run because she can run fast all the way around the bases. That's going to bring up Corey Burson for the Wildcats. Outside for ball one. Corey steps back in and gets ready. Corey hits one back to the pitcher, gets past the pitcher, rolls to second for out number one. Here comes Crossley Marple for the Wildcats. So Cross will get ready and step in. No outs. 1 out, 3-0 the score. Swing and a miss for strike one. Here we go, Nines. Get the one you want. Pitch on the way. Too high for a ball. 1-1 count here for Marple.
Head down, baby. Let's go. Watch the ball, not the picture.
Pitch on the way. She knocks that one far into left field. They miss it. And here comes Crossley running. She may get one. She's wanted a home run forever. She's wanting to go. She's wanting to go. She's coming on. She's coming on. Woo! So 2 home runs in 1 inning for Crossley Marple and Devin Poff, putting run number 4 on the board. Crossley's been waiting for that her whole life. Her whole life. It didn't get over the fence, but she'll take it either way. That brings up Sadie Lanier, number 1 for the Wildcats. Wildcats on top 4-0 with 1 out. Outside for ball 1 to Sadie. High pop fly to the pitcher, caught by the pitcher for out number 2. Two outs here, 4-0 to score. So Stella, the pitcher, going to step in for the Wildcats. 2 outs. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Pitch on the way, too low for a ball that time. 1-1 the count here to Stella Malwick. Outside for a ball. Wildcats on top 4-0. Too high for a ball there. Three-one pitch on the way here to Stella. Swing and a miss for strike 2. So we've arrived at a full count. Full count. Pitch on the way. Inside for ball 4, and Stella takes a walk. Third walk of the game for pitcher Layla Watson. That brings us back to the top of the lineup with Hadley French. Hadley walked her last at bat. Sorry, that's 4 walks, not 3 for Watson. So Hadley's going to step in and get ready here. Strike 1, outside corner. Good little picture here with Layla Watson. She's found the outside corner all day today. Looked good. That one hit right back to her. She doesn't grab it. Shortstop comes up, makes the run at second out for out number 3. But the Wildcats put 2 on the board. Big home runs by Devin Poff She led things off for the Wildcats, followed by a home run by Crossley. So now we have arrived at 4-0 as we go back to play here. This will be the top of the third as we go back. Have they played any of them? No, they played Cross. I heard her Eminem one, but I don't remember anybody. I don't remember Sadie's. I don't know. I didn't change any of them. I haven't changed anything. Tootsie Roll's playing right now, for those of you that can't hear it. That's why I had to have my knee replaced. Not really. That probably didn't help me. Doing the Tootsie Roll or dropping it like it's hot. I probably shouldn't have dropped it like it was hot. But that's okay. Starting things off for the Force will be Ava Western, which I think is a cool name. Four to nothing the score here. Wildcats lead over the Force in the Warriors for Freedom tournament. We're playing in Mustang, Oklahoma today. Wildcats have the weekend off next week, I believe. There's strike one from Stella. So Ava Western batting for the Force here. No outs. She hits that one over to second base, gets past Hadley. Quickly picked up and thrown for out number one. What a great throw from Payson Mormon. So Payson just launches it over to Sadie and gets out number one. That brings up Abby Baker. Baker hitting the leg. That brings up Harper Morton. So Baker there on first. This is Harper Morton for the Force. Stella's pitch on the way, outside for a ball. Runner advances to two. So Abby gets ready. Harper gets ready, steps back in. Abby there back on two for the Force. Ball two. Two balls, no strikes the count here to Harper Morton. Wildcats on top 4-0. That was too low for a ball. Runner advances to third. So 3-0 the count here to Harper Morton. Once again, Wildcats play at 12:30 today. That will be their second pool play game. Outside for a ball, and Harper Morton will take a walk. That brings up Sienna Lemonix for the Force. Oh, Lemieux. I butchered that. Lemieux. Somebody should have told me. Lemieux. That's why you like the voice guy, to always tell you stuff. Morton there advances to two. Baker's on third.
Relax, Stella.
And Sienna Lemieux batting for the Force. So Lemieux will step back in. Too high for a ball. PJ keeps that one in front. Runners stay where they're at.
Hey, just relax. Take a breath. Let's go.
So Lemieux waits for the sign. Steps back in. There's a strike.
Good pitch, fella.
2-1 the count here to Lemieux. 1 out for the Wildcats. 2-1. 2-1 pitch on the way. Outside for a ball. Runners stay. We've had rain reported in western Oklahoma. We'll see if it makes it up this way. Too high for a ball there, and Lemieux will take a walk. Once again, they've told us if we see lightning, we'll go into a lightning delay for 30 minutes. It's pretty much the same thing that we had last weekend in Elk City. Corey Burson's going to take the place of Stella Malwick. So she'll come throw a few warm-up pitches here. Rain report from Canute, Oklahoma. At the farm, Wildcats got to spend a little time at the farm last weekend in Elk City, as my parents live about 15 minutes from Elk City, so we got to go out there. It was a pretty exciting time. We found snakes. We found all kinds. We set the yard on fire at one point. Girls had a good time. It was supposed to be some downtime. Not sure it was downtime, but it was a good time. We know that for sure. So Corey Burson going to throw some warm-up pitches here. Sunshine on one side of the field, cloudy skies on the other side of the field right now. Vivi Andrews, the batter. Strike one. Andrews, the batter. Burson, the pitcher. Swing and a miss for strike two. That one's too low for a ball. Runners are going to stay at first, second, and third. Oh, 4 the score. Wildcats on top. Swing and a miss for strike three. That'll bring up Avery Coaut for the fourth. Corey Burson pitching for the Wildcats. Strike one. Wildcats lead 4-0 here. Swing and a miss. Two outs here for the Wildcats playing in the Warriors for Freedom tournament here in Mustang, Oklahoma. This is the first pool play game. Second pool play game will be at 12:30 today. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. For out number 3 and strike 3. So the Wildcats on top, 4-0. Hopefully we'll get most of our games played today. Officials looking at the radar. Looks like most of it's moving away from us to the north. But usually what western Oklahoma gets, sometimes we get. It may travel too far north and miss us, though. I haven't looked at the radar. Trying to look at the radar, but I don't think the radar app's as good. But so we are seeing some rain in Elk City. Nothing here in Chickasha. Nothing in Chickasha, nothing really in Mustang right now. Weatherford, Elk City, Mangum, Hobart getting some rain, it looks like, on the radar. But so far, everything's staying out of our way. As I mentioned, they've talked about lightning delays. If they see lightning, they've got a spot here where it tells them, they said an alarm will sound, and when the alarm sounds, that means we're in a 30-minute weather delay. So far, no alarms. Everything looks good so far. I believe Payson will start things off for the Wildcats, followed by Elena, PJ, Kyler, and KJ all on deck. Haven't tried out the concession stand yet, but all the kids are super stoked because Kona Ice is here, which means snow cones for days. So you know London and all the littles will be traveling around eating 46 snow cones today. Siblings of all the players have a pretty great life here because they basically just get to come out and do whatever they want because we're watching the game. So if they want to play, if they want to eat 15 piles of sugar, it's probably going to happen on softball tournament weekends for sure. But they have a good time, and we're just glad they all have somebody to play with. So Payson Mormon will start things off for the Wildcats. Payson struck out her last at bat. That one's too high for ball one. Pitch on the way. Too high for ball two. Two balls, no strikes here to Payson. Paymore. Swing and a miss for strike one. So now a 2-1 count here to Mormon. Pitch on the way. Strike two. 2-2 the count here to Payson. She hits that one to second base, right over her head for a base hit. So Payson will fly past one, roll on to two. That brings up Elena Driscoll. Driscoll struck out her last at bat, looking for a base hit here today with Paymore back there on two. Wildcats lead 4-0. Swing and a miss for strike one. She wanted that one too. So here comes Driscoll. 0-1 pitch on the way. Strike two. Payson sneaking over to third. She'll go on back to two.
Hey, you're behind, Elena. You can swing a little sooner, baby.
Two strikes to count here to Driscoll. She hits that one between first and second. It's rolling. It's rolling. She may beat out the run, but they're going to say it is an out, so that's out number one.
Go, PJ.
Here comes PJ. PJ took a walk her last at bat. PJ hits that one almost the same place Driscoll hit it. This time she's running, and it will be an out as the second baseman comes over to cover for out number 1 across the plate. So an RBI there. Here comes Kyler Taylor. Kyler walked her last at bat, swing and a miss for strike 1. Two outs here for the Wildcats. 5-0. Inside for a ball. It's a 1-1 the count here to Taylor. Swing and a miss for strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here, the count to Taylor. Wildcats lead 5-0 with 2 outs. Close, but a ball. Looks like we have about 14 minutes left in this game. Kyler hits that one. Almost looked like a bunt. They're going to tag her out for out number 3. Hit the weird part of her bat. So we'll switch her up here. Wildcats on top 5-0 over the Force here at the Warriors for Freedom tournament in Mustang. Wild Horse Field. I believe there's 4 fields here at Wild Horse Field. All of them are being played on today. There's 5? Okay. We did bring our weather pod just in case. But there's quite a bit of coverage here if you needed to get under something. Watched some good softball yesterday. Went out and watched UCO play Pitt State from Kansas. UCO shockingly got beat that game. That was the, what'd you say, the district tournament? Conference tournament. Several games being played today at Jerry Pinkston Stadium at UCO. And then came home and watched Bedlam, OU and OSU, where OSU upset the Sooners. We're torn because we love to cheer for Kelly Maxwell. That's Crossley Marple's favorite pitcher. But we're O State fans. But you can't not love the OU softball team because they're just too much fun to watch. Patty Gasso with her legacy there. They're just a fun team to watch and a fun team to play. What? Well, they're real good at gymnastics. OU gymnastics is also good. We like to watch. London likes to watch gymnastics. So starting things off for the Force here, they're back to the top of their lineup with Kat Hemphill. There's ball 1. Good place to miss. So Hemphill the batter. That'll be ball 2. Pitch on the way. Called outside for a ball. Hemphill the batter. Foul tip. Hemphill walked her last at bat. Pitch on the way here to Hemphill. There's a strike. 5-0 the score. Wildcats on top. Foul tip back. So Corey here staying ahead, working ahead in the count.
Here we go, Corey.
Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss for strike 3. We're going to have to throw it to first, though. Good throw from PJ. Nice catch from Sadie Lanier for out number 1.
Number 99, Millie Bishop.
That brings up Millie Bishop. Bishop struck out her last at bat. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Burson's third strikeout of the game. Hit over to shortstop. Packed up by Kyler. Dug out by Sadie for out number 2. So a nice throw from Kyler. And a nice catch from Lanier there at 1. That brings up Layla Watson. 2 outs. Strike 1. Pitch on the way. Outside for a ball.
Crossley.
Here comes Burson. Pitch on the way. Too low. PJ does a good job keeping that one in front. Watson steps back in. Too low for a ball. Watson, the pitcher for the Force. She struck out her last at bat. Three 3-1 pitch on the way here to Watson. That one's too low, and Watson will take a walk. That brings up Ava Western. Western flew out to right her last at bat, but was thrown out quickly by Payson Mormon at first for an out. Strike 1. Runner on first for the Force. Wildcats lead 5-0 with 2 outs. Outside for a ball. One the count here to Ava Western. Everybody's allergies have been crazy. Swing and a miss. With all the rain, we've had a lot of mold and stuff, so a lot of coughing from all the girls. Western will step back in and get settled. Burson's pitch on the way. Too low for a ball. Layla Watson over there on 1 for the Force. Wildcats on top, 5-0. Looks like we have 7 minutes left. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 and out 3. So it looks like we have about 6 minutes left in this game. Wildcats facing off against the Force, the Warriors for Freedom tournament in Mustang, Oklahoma. Wildcats will play again this afternoon about 12:30, and that will be the end of the pool play games unless they feel like weather's going to come in, and then we may start playing a little bit of the games later on, just because tomorrow there's a very high chance of rain tonight and also in the morning tomorrow, and these fields are dirt. So right now they look fantastic because they got just enough rain to kind of get the dirt just a little bit wet where it's not blowing. But we're expecting several inches of rain possibly over the night and in the morning hours. So we'd like to get as many games played as possible today if we can.
KJ.
KJ's going to be the first batter, I believe. For the Wildcats, it'll be KJ, Devin, Corey, Cross, Sadie, and Stella. New pitcher here for the Force. I believe this is Vivi Andrews. No, excuse me. Harper Morton now pitching for the Force. So she's taking a few warm-up pitches here. Wildcats on top 5-0 so far here, game 1 versus the Force. KJ is going to start things off for us. Colton, do you have any words of wisdom to offer the Wildcat fans? No? Okay.
We need two. That's all we need.
We just need 2. Okay, so that's the advice from Coach Colton. Here comes KJ in the batter's box for the Wildcats.
Let it travel, KJ.
So KJ looking for a hit right here. Too low for ball 1. Harper Morton now pitching. Layla Watson started things off for the Force. Now Morton has come in relief. Nice hit from PJ there. Excuse me, KJ all the way around to 2 and stand up second. So nice little double there.
Here we go, Devin.
Here comes Devin once again.
Hey, Devin, let it travel, okay?
Devin with a in-the-field park home run, her last at bat.
Let it travel.
Wildcats moving up in the box here for Harper Morton's pitching. Swing and a miss.
Hey, let it travel.
Devin the batter for the Wildcats. That one's in the dirt, too low. KJ thinks about 3, but decides to run on back there. So 1-1 count here to Poff. She foul tips that one almost to us. Hits the backstop. Devin gets ready.
Let it travel, Devin.
Too high for a ball there. KJ will go back to 2. They made the throw, though. So 2-2 the count here. To Devin Poff. Too low for a ball. Now KJ gets to go to third. So KJ on third. Poff in the batter's box for the Wildcats. Too high for ball 4, and Devin takes a walk. That brings up Corey Burson. Corey hit one back to the pitcher, her last at bat for an out. Now she's going to get an opportunity here. She hits that one also past the pitcher. This one right up the middle, though, for a base hit. That'll bring KJ across and also Devin. And that would be ball game, folks. So when Coach Colton said we only needed 2, we really did only need 2, and we got them. So the Wildcats win the first game 7-0. They will play once again at 12:30. So we will see you guys back here at 12:30.